Race of the 21st century no longer focuses on hardware like missiles and tanks. It's about algorithms, AI, and the speed of innovation. To gain a cutting edge over our adversaries, the Defense Department is looking to the private sector. And the team making it happen is the Defense Innovation Unit, or DIU.
When I think about the mission of DIU, it is very, very firmly rooted in the fact that we need to make sure our service members, our warfighters, have the best technology on the battlefield and whatever that battlefield looks like in the future. And to do that, you have to think outside of the box. You have to think outside of the Pentagon, and you have to be able to move with speed.
The unit's director of commercial engagement, Sarah Pearson, has a background in both military service and commercial tech development. Sitting down with CBN News, she explained the importance of bringing a Silicon Valley mentality to the Pentagon.
When we bump into red tape of, oh, let's go do this formal thing, this will take 3 to 6 months, we're just immediately questioning that. And we just, frankly, we've never accepted kind of what those timelines were. We've got to bring the best that sits outside of the government right now and bring it in as quick as possible, because the world is dynamic and you don't know when you're going to be forced to really push those different capabilities into an operational use case.
Created nearly a decade ago, this group operates as a startup within the Department of Defense. They focus exclusively on getting this tech into the field and ready to use by the U.S. military at commercial, not government speed.
The majority of the technology we needed no longer sat within our national labs or within the companies that were continuously supplying the Defense Department. Instead, a lot of that innovation in the capital that was fueling that innovation was occurring across our country, in spots like Silicon Valley and Austin and Boston and New York.
From battlefield drones to satellite analysis and cybersecurity, DIU has launched more than 100 commercial solutions since its founding in 2015. The unique process being teams first learning the different needs within the Defense Department, then taking the issue straight to the private sector.
So we share the problem on the website, we leave it up, we go through a series of down selections. Ultimately, that plays out over about 90 days, 3 to 4 months. At the end of that 3 to 4 month period, we put companies on contract to then come deploy their capability. Let's validate if the capability solves the problem that we have. We'll do a little bit of extra development in there to really make it a slam dunk. And then if it solves the problem, now let's go scale it. Let's go bring other people across the Defense Department to benefit from that capability.
Domino Data Lab is one of DIU's latest partners. Their mission? Help the U.S. Navy find a better way to identify threats underwater.
What the Navy was looking for was a way to rapidly iterate AI models for underwater target detection. Their current process took almost a year to retrain and redeploy a model. And you can imagine that is not acceptable. Our platform was the backbone for rebuilding and retraining those models and deploying them more rapidly. And Domino helped dramatically reduce the time required from over 6 months to under a week. And our target is to get that down to a day in the future.
Chief Operating Officer Thomas Robinson tells CBN News, although Domino had never worked with the military, the potential became clear when the request came in for the Navy's Project Ammo.
One of the horror stories you hear many times from startups that try and engage with the Department of Defense is it takes forever. You spend a lot of time, you spend a lot of money waiting to get to a significant contract. And honestly, when we met the DIU, it seemed like a different way of working.
Domino's success on Project Ammo resulted in the opportunity and funding to move into other areas within the Pentagon. Robinson sees building trustworthy tools for warriors as their top priority.
We test extensively. We monitor the systems that are operational so that we make sure that they're still working within their design parameters. In the same way, you wouldn't want to rely upon a weapon that misfires. You can't rely on an AI system that doesn't give you an accurate result.
In a world where the pace of warfare can shift by the minute, Pearson says America's ability to innovate is critical.
If we want to be able to deter war in the future, which for us at DIU is still the top priority, deterrence, or if we do need to engage, we want to make sure we have capabilities that ensure we win if we're forced to fight.
As the Defense Innovation Unit continues to break down barriers, the Pentagon is proving it can cut loose from bureaucracy and keep pace with cutting-edge technology, an edge that could define success on tomorrow's battlefield. Caitlin Burke, CBN News, the Pentagon.